there, it's Ina from Taproot Tarot. It's been a little bit. I had a couple of videos planned that I just never found the time to record. And one of those is one that I have been promising since I first started my channel, and it is the Uta Picard Pips video. And I promised that I would put that out before the new edition of the Crystal Tarot is released, which happens this week, I think on Wednesday, on the 8th. And so I'm still going to do that. I plan to do that on Tuesday. And of course I saved it for the very last second. That wasn't the intention, but I will get that out unless something, untoward happens on Tuesday. I also still plan to do a video on some ideas on how to read with a reduced pip deck, like the Balinese 62 card decks. And that's going to happen too, but that's been put on the back burner. So yeah, no particular reason, just a combination of being busy with reduced motivation, I guess. So I thought I'd just do an easy video today and show you my new deck that I received yesterday. I have been no-buy since late August, which has been really nice because it gives me a chance to focus on the great decks that I've bought already this year. And I plan to keep that going until January, when I will treat myself for my birthday. But I did already have some pre-orders and Kickstarters on the way, so that's what this is. This was a Kickstarter. This is the Metanoia Marseille 2nd edition by Bouchette Designs. And I also ordered her playing card deck, the Enchanted playing cards. And one thing I suspected that I would like these better in person than I did based on videos and images I'd seen online, and that was true. So I thought, I want to do a walkthrough because I do have a pretty decent camera. I thought it would be helpful to have a more high definition video of these cards because they really are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, they aren't totally my taste in art, but that's just my personal preference. They are objectively really, really lovely. And I'm really excited to have the deck. I think they are going to be so readable, so I'm excited about them. Another pre-order that I had, I wanted to show you. This is a book that I just received last week, How to Kill a Witch, The Patriarchy's Guide to Silencing Women. And this is a book I heard about through the Witches of Scotland campaign on Instagram. The founders of the campaign are also the authors of this book. And it started in 2020, I think, with an effort to get the Scottish government to acknowledge all of the people, mostly women, that they killed as witches, innocent people. And in 2022, that formal apology was issued. This book is about the history that they researched, not just about the witch trials in Scotland and the related persecutions, but it has some history throughout the world as well. I've just started reading it, and so far it's really good, very readable. And I think this is how I heard about them, that they created this tartan in honor of the people who were executed during the Scottish witch trials. And this is an official registered tartan. I will link their Instagram in the description box. I do recommend the book. It just came out. Another book that I have pre-ordered, comes out this week, is Tom Benjamin's book. And that's another one that I pre-ordered instantly. This one I pre-ordered before it even had an image. And as soon as I heard about Tom Benjamin's new book, I pre-ordered that one as well. So even though I'm no-buy, I'm receiving a bunch of stuff. So I am not hurting at all. But that looks like a really good one. I've been seeing and sharing the reviews of his book. I think it's called A Modern Fortune Teller's Guide. I also have his book, Tarot on Earth, which I really like. I haven't done the workbook in as much detail as I would like, but it's really about finding the symbolism in daily life instead of just like layering random symbols onto the tarot. So that's a really cool one, and I look forward to diving into that workbook more. But man, the reviews for his upcoming book are really good, so I'm really excited for that. But let's get to this deck. I think I'll show you the tarot first. And the main change she made from the first edition is that she updated the pips and made them brighter and made them more in line with historical tarot, which I really appreciate. The Kickstarter did not fund enough to get edging on this version of the deck, which is really unfortunate because I think that was a really pretty aspect of her first editions. But it's still lovely, and now I can choose the edging. This was going to come with a pink edging, and the playing card deck was going to be green. But it didn't quite fund enough for that, and apparently she even had a bunch of people cancel the pledge. That Kickstarter was a nail biter. It almost didn't make it. So this comes with a bunch of cards on reading TDM, which is really cool. I haven't dived into this quite yet, but I look forward to doing that. So quite a few of those. It also has some extra cards. This one says, be bold or be gentle. Abundant flow and dormant energy. It takes time. And the time is now. And there's a little information. There's a little intro card here, and then a thank you note that she included, which is really nice. So this is Carrie Bouchette from Bouchette Designs, and my understanding is that she was running this Kickstarter in order to have enough to stock her Etsy shop as well. So these should be available. It's a nice thick deck. A little bit stiff. Here are the backs. She changed those as well. I don't think the old ones were reversible. So when I say it's not really my taste in art, it has this airbrush combined with collage, and it's really beautiful. But you know me, my taste is kind of weird. I actually really love this Madman. Or Fool. Colors are really nice. And I think she made a few changes to some of the majors as well. This is pretty great. I do really like this art. It is really very pretty. But I hesitated on it for a while because I was like, I like it, but it's not totally my taste. But then she changed the pips, and that really sealed the deal for me. Once I had actually backed it before she even posted the pips. But once she did post the pictures of the pips, I thought, oh yeah, that's really nice. Definitely glad I backed it. There is some attempt at diversity, racial diversity. Not a lot. It's still mostly white people. But none of them really conform to super traditional tarot cards, so it's something a little different, which I really enjoy. A lot of TDM purists I know aren't fans of this deck. Maybe because of the pips. The more traditional pips might actually improve their opinion. I'm not sure. I'm not a TDM purist. I really like this. But yeah, the effects that she makes with her airbrushing, I'm not sure if this is actually airbrushing. It's like an airbrushing effect. I think they're really pretty. And here's where we get a little bit of the collage combined with her art. I really like the texture in the Justice dress. She uses a lot of folk art motifs, which I really love. They remind me a little bit of, I don't know, Eastern European or Scandinavian folk art designs. This hermit is absolutely gorgeous. He's actually super cute. Yeah, this deck is going to be, it's so dreamy that, you know, it might not be the kind of art that I would want to decorate my house with, but it's definitely the kind of art that I can lose myself in a tarot reading. And that's the important thing for a tarot card, for a tarot deck. I'm not a huge fan of a hanged man that doesn't look like they're actually suspended. But that's so common. Even one of my very favorite creators, Lalania Simone, in her Cosmic Seed, it's a ballet dancer upside down with her dress not obeying the laws of gravity, similar to this guy's coat. It's still a really cool card though. So that's a minor complaint. Not really a complaint, just my opinion. I love this death card. This is super cool. Her use of color and light is absolutely beautiful. This is an example of one that looks much better in person than it did online. So overall, I'm really pleased. I had a feeling when I looked at images that they would be better in person, and they really are. But hopefully my camera's picking up some nice details for you. Not sure what the world figure is holding. A pear? Is that what you all see? I kind of see a pear, I think. What do you think? Amazing mane on this lion. So here is where the pips are brightened up and more traditional. This, I think, is a helmet with like a dragon on top, or maybe a horse. What do you think? That's hard to see. But you know, sometimes knights' helmets would have large decorative items on top. The backgrounds are color-coded, and she really excels at the floral motifs. They're so pretty. Isn't this gorgeous? So her old cups were kind of gray and plain, and these really look more like an Italian style. Like the Soprafino tradition. The cardstock is a very soft, velvety rose petal. They aren't sticky though. They're really nice, slippery, not slippery, but they do glide. And then again, the swords were more of a gray, almost an abstract shadow or shape. Now they're more detailed and bright. I think it's a nice improvement. Although she's kept a lot of the decorative wisps and things, as well as the botanical aspects, mostly the same. Just updating the pips themselves. I'm so glad this campaign funded. I was getting nervous at the end. But it did have a really high fundraising goal. And it also included some journals, which I think was the main goal of her project, was to create some journals. I didn't order any of those. But like I said, I think her intention was to make those available on her Etsy shop. You can probably guess that this isn't my favorite Queen of Batons. She's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but how's she gonna defend herself with a leaf? She is lovely though. She's very romantic and feminine, and that's nice. I actually love the feather detail on the Knight of Batons. The king is very cool. Well, that is the Metanoia Marseille tarot deck. It's a thick deck, like I said, but it's shuffleable and handleable. Super soft rose petal, but it still slides. It's not super slippery and glidey, but it's not super sticky either. So it is lovely. It comes in a 2-part box. And it does not have cutouts for the thumb, but if you just hold it, it slides apart, no problem. And it comes with all sorts of great information cards, and I'm really excited to check those out. It was really nicely packaged. She included a sticker here. And each deck was wrapped in this lovely gift paper. I did order a coin that I thought was kind of cool. So this side says Thrive, Create, Embrace, and Expand. And it has a more active looking design on it. And the other side has a more passive design, and it says Resist, Pause, Reflect, and Rest. So that's quite lovely. I thought that was just fun. I have not used coins for divination, but maybe I will try it out. And this is the Enchanted Garden playing card deck, and this really embraces the folk art design, and I love it. It's an animal playing card deck, and it also has a bunch of information cards. So lots of good info about reading playing cards. Here are the backs. And these ones are linen. Probably see that. Nice linen finish. And maybe more slidey than the rose petal ones, but not super slippery. And all of these are illustrated. Each suit has an animal assigned to it. So the clubs are frogs. Look at that, isn't that lovely? The art style changes from card to card, so I feel like each piece is its own work of art. Look at this distinguished gentleman. Diamonds. I don't remember what animal these are. Beautiful. Oh, this must be the bunnies. Absolutely beautiful. Botanical elements, though. This is really pretty. And it's the bunnies. monocle on. Really lovely. I love bunnies. Yeah, now we're in hearts. These are such a delight. I don't read playing cards, but I will. And I'm excited to use these. Now these are kittens. 8 of hearts. Look at those eyes. Lovely. The 10s seem to have more abstract patterns to them. It's a nice touch. A little wind-up mouse. This reminds me of anime art. It's really beautiful. Oh, look at this handsome guy. And the queen is just lovely. Ooh, this is pretty. Now we're in spades. Prickly. Seems appropriate. And some swallows. What a gorgeous card. Embracing the folk art design here. I have a feeling if I were to lay these out like all the 6s together and all the 7s, that there's a pattern to it. It's kind of seeming like it. I just received this yesterday, so this is only my 2nd time going through it. There's a lot to read in here too. There's definitely some good symbolism. I'm really looking forward to reading the information cards. Oh, I don't know what kind of bird that is. His beak isn't quite long enough for a kiwi, but he looks a little bit kiwi shaped. It's very cute. Love the hat on the king. Oh, love the hat on the queen too. Very cool. My dogs are roughhousing. I just got done with work. It's Sunday, and they are anxious for me to feed them. A couple of very cool Joker cards. The bunny looks kind of like it's supposed to be like a mythological, like a fae bunny almost, which would make sense. Maybe these are trickster fae beings, the fox and the bunny. Well, these are lovely. I am so excited to have these. I'll give this a shuffle to show you as well. Nice and shuffleable. I'm still not great at bridging decks unless they're super bendy, so I just tend to switch them back and forth. Well, I've already bent one, so I guess these, you need to be a little careful with them, it looks like. I can flatten that out. So yeah, gotta be a little careful with them. I'm gonna try that again, just see if that was a fluke. It may have been from me picking it up. But I'll put it under something heavy, flatten that back out. And this also has a lovely 2-part box. And this is the Enchanted Garden playing cards by Bouchette Designs. And that is it for today. I was excited to show this to you. It was a nice treat to get in the mail yesterday. And I wanted to get something posted that was a little simpler than the more complicated videos that I have planned that all involve multiple books and multiple decks, which will be really fun, and I'm looking forward to them. And yes, my plan is Tuesday to have that Uta Picard video for you on the pips specifically, since the Crystal Tarot uses Uta Picard style pips. And then I'll do a follow-up because the new edition has an extended guidebook. And I'm not super getting my hopes up that it's going to be earth-shattering, but it'll give me a chance to focus on the new edition. So that'll be a two-parter. That's all for today. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!